Before the sun rises, the Black Sea lies still, a vast expanse of cold, quiet, and deceptively peaceful water. But beneath that silence, a new kind of warfare is rewriting the rulebook. It's a story of a $400 homemade drone, a $60 million Russian warship, and the 14 seconds that would humiliate one of the world's most powerful navies. This is how Ukraine's buoy ruse exposed the future of naval warfare. Since the beginning of the conflict, Russia's Black Sea Fleet has been both its pride and its greatest liability. These ships are heavily armed, bristling with advanced radar, and shielded by layers of defense systems designed to detect everything from incoming missiles to hidden submarines. But they had a critical flaw. They were trained for old wars, the kind fought by massive ships, stealthy submarines, and screaming fighter jets. They were not prepared for a war fought with garage-built drones controlled from 50 miles away by an operator watching a laptop screen. By mid-2024, Ukraine's naval drone program, born from sheer desperation, had evolved into something far more dangerous. It was now a swarm of AI-assisted surface drones, guided by satellite and capable of identifying targets on their own. Their next target was the Sergei Kotov, a modern Russian patrol ship guarding vital oil routes near the Crimean Peninsula. The plan to take it down wouldn't start with a bang, but with a trick. Picture this. July 27, 2025. It's 2:46 in the morning. Somewhere off the Crimean coast, the Sergei Kotov is on a standard patrol. The crew is relaxed. It's been another quiet night. Then, a blip appears on the radar. It looks like just another buoy. It's too slow for a missile, too small for a boat. The watch officer dismisses it, but this one was different. It wasn't just floating. It was moving, purposefully, directly toward them. 12 kilometers away, Ukraine's $400 drone skimmed across the surface. Its electric motor was silent. Its radar reflective panels had been stripped off, and its body was painted a dark, non-reflective color to blend in with the churning water. This was a ghost, designed to be seen only when it was too late. At 2:46 and 12 seconds, the ship's defensive cannons finally roared to life, a frantic attempt to neutralize the threat. At 2:46 and 19 seconds, the drone's onboard camera captured a grainy, close-up image of the warship's hull, the last image it would ever transmit. Then, at 2:46 and 26 seconds, contact. A blinding flash lit up the pre-dawn darkness. The drone's 50-kilogram warhead detonated just below the waterline, the ship's most vulnerable point. The Sergei Kotov's hull tore open like a tin can. The power failed instantly, plunging the vessel into chaos as alarms screamed through the corridors. Within just 14 seconds of that final fatal decision, one of Russia's most advanced patrol vessels was taking on water, mortally wounded and sinking. So, how did this happen? How did a tiny, cheap drone bypass a multi-million-dollar defense system? The answer lies in the brilliant deception that preceded the attack. Weeks earlier, Ukrainian operators had released a set of specially disguised buoys across known Russian patrol routes. Inside each one was a low-heat transmitter and a small radio relay. To a radar system, they looked completely harmless. To the naked eye, they were just bits of floating debris. But every few minutes, these buoys pulsed with faint, ghost-like signals, mimicking the electronic signature of an approaching drone. It was a masterclass in psychological warfare. For weeks, Russian ships picked up these phantom signals. Crews were scrambled, ammunition was wasted firing at shadows and waves. They were being conditioned, like Pavlov's dogs, to the sound of a bell that meant nothing. Over time, the constant false alarms led to alert fatigue. When the crews finally stopped reacting to every blip, Ukraine knew the trap was set. The time had come. When dawn finally broke over the Black Sea, all that remained of the Sergei Kotov was a shimmering oil slick and pieces of wreckage drifting slowly toward the coast. Russian state media quickly tried to control the narrative, calling the incident a technical malfunction. But the video, leaked just hours later by Ukrainian intelligence, told the undeniable truth. A $400 surface drone, assembled from commercially available batteries, GoPro cameras, and 3D printed components, had outsmarted and destroyed a $60 million warship equipped with state-of-the-art radars, cannons, and electronic countermeasures. This wasn't just a loss of hardware. It was a crushing blow to prestige, to morale, and to the illusion of naval supremacy. The message sent across the waves was crystal clear. It doesn't matter how large or powerful your fleet is. If it can be tricked, it can be destroyed. This single event, the buoy ruse, changed naval doctrine overnight. The use of decoys in warfare wasn't new, but using them to methodically condition an enemy's behavior before a strike? That was a stroke of genius. Now, navies around the world are racing to adapt. They're pouring billions into AI-driven detection systems and developing their own autonomous defense swarms, hoping to counter this new, low-cost threat. But the fundamental balance of power has shifted. In modern warfare, victory isn't always determined by who has the biggest guns or the most expensive ships. It's increasingly about who has the smartest code and the most creative tactics. A warship was destroyed, a new chapter in naval history was written, and all it took was a clever trick, a cheap drone, and the imagination to see war differently. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the technology and tactics shaping our world. We'll see you in the next one.